Roll for Crit is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Come roll with us at patreon.com/rollforcrit.
Hey, it's Ivan, and you guys usually know me from behind the camera, editing and producing, but today is my first solo review on the channel, and I'm really excited to know what the game is, because I have no idea what it is. Alright, so we're doing the Kraft Heinz Variety Game Pack. It comes with 3 interesting games that are all based around foods from the Kraft and Heinz family of games. We have a ketchup game, we have a JELL-O game, and of course, we have a Kraft Macaroni and Cheese original game. So Jonathan and Will thought this would be cute since I do have my own channel, The Snack Guy, where I review snacks and other snack-related things, but... And technically, it's not a snack food, it's snack food based, but if you want to, you can munch on some cardboard, or you can just buy and play these games with your family. The Heinz 57 Tomato Ketchup Dice Game is a dice rolling push your luck style game where you get 5 dice to roll and match up the little stickers on the dice. First player to 57 points without going over wins the game. The turns of this game are very simple. You grab your dice cup, you grab your dice, you throw them in the cup. On your turn, you roll the dice onto the table, and you see which of the icons you have first. If you rolled like I did just now, that's pretty terrible, because to advance on to the next level, you must either have a Heinz 57 logo or a red logo to score points. The way to earn points in this game is to roll your dice and count up each and every Heinz ketchup label that you have as 1 point. If you are happy with the score that you just rolled, you can pass to the next turn and accept this roll. Since this is a push your luck style game, you can do just that and gamble all of your points to see if you can get a higher score. If you happen to be lucky or unlucky enough to roll 5 mustard or 5 relish, you not only cannot take your next roll, you also get deducted 10 points from your total score. If you are lucky enough to roll 5 ketchup logos, you win 10 points and can continue rolling. Another way to earn points is if you roll the ketchup bottle logo, you automatically get an extra 5 points added to your score. If you are the first to score exactly 57 points, stop. Game over, you win. If you happen to score more than 57 points, bust, you're out. But the game keeps on going until the next player wins. If you get close to 57 and you're afraid of busting on your next roll, stop there. Announce your score and say, try to catch up. If you score 57 or closer to 57 than anyone at the table without going over, hot dog, you win. It says that in the rule book. I didn't make that up. This is a great game to bring to the table with the entire family because it's in the ballpark of Yahtzee and other pressure luck games, and it really does look good on the shelf, and it's fairly easy to learn and play. Let's dig our spoons into the Kraft Macaroni and Cheese Original Mac and Cheese game. In this box, you get 54 cards, 250 noodle chips, 1 Cheezosaurus Rex, and 2 dice. Each player gets a hand of cards depending on how many players are playing the game, ranging from numbers 2 through 12. And you also get a few, if you're lucky, Cheezosaurus Rex cards, which we'll talk about later. Oh, and every player also gets a pile of noodles, which you will use to bet on in the game. That number also depends on how many players are sitting at the table at that time. At the start of the game, the Cheezosaurus Rex character is placed on the number 1 spot on the board, and each player around the table has to throw in 1 noodle into the bowl. Note this bowl is not included unless you bought it in 1987. Then, starting with the first person who ate mac and cheese first, hey, that's me, you roll a die, and whatever number comes up, you play that card. If you're unlucky and you don't have the card that came out on the dice, then you pass to the next player. If you're the lucky player that rolls a 7, you get to yell, "Noodle Boost!" and move the Cheezosaurus Rex up 1 on the tracker. After that, everyone has to throw in that number of noodles into the pot. At this time, you are able to use one of your Cheezosaurus Rex cards, if you were lucky enough to get one in your hands, as a wild card instead of putting any noodles into the pot. This will help you at the end with scoring. You win this game by either running out of cards or by having the highest number of noodles at the end of the game. The rules for this game are pretty convoluted, and in the end, it's all luck. It boils down to rolling your dice. If you don't have any Cheezosaurus Rex cards in your hand, you're not going to have a Gouda time. The JELL-O Jiggler Slap card game is a dexterity game where you slap the flavor JELL-O Jiggler card called. In this box, you get 36 JELL-O Jiggler cards and 54 JELL-O box cards. The setup is fairly easy. You separate the two decks into box cards and jiggler cards. Then you separate the cards by color and place them in a 2x3 grid. This will be the slap zone. And don't forget to shuffle the JELL-O box cards and place the deck face down on the table. The instructions for this game are fairly easy. Take turns going clockwise. On your turn, move the deck of JELL-O box cards in front of yourself. When it's your turn, you don't get slapped, so you can rest easy for one round. Then, draw the top card off the deck and very quickly read it aloud. The fastest player at the table to slap the right flavor with the proper hand gets that card. If you're the first to slap the correct card with the proper hand, but you already have that flavor in your hands, guess what? You lose that round and that flavor in your hand. If the reader announces a jiggle card, you can use either hand to slap the color listed on the card, but you must also jiggle as you do it. The reader of the card does rotate with each round, so don't worry, if you want to get slapped, you'll get slapped. The first player to collect a full set of JELL-O Jigglers in their hand wins the game, and some sore hands. The final game in the trio is a JELL-O themed game where they add a little bit of flavor by making you slap each other. And there's also a variant of spoons in it, because spoons in JELL-O, you know how to eat JELL-O. Crits and misses for the Kraft and Heinz variety pack. Crits. Misses. The Cheezosaurus Rex card could make or break your game depending on the shuffle. I'm not crazy about slapping games. Depending on where you're sitting or the size of your arms, it can be a pain. Quality of the dice were not great. Stickers were peeling and may not hold up for too many plays. This game pack, it's technically a good deal. It's something cute to add to your shelf. It can be fun with the family. There's a few games that we weren't fans of because I don't like the dexterity games too much, especially when you start slapping me. I don't like getting slapped. And the rules of the mac and cheese game were a little sticky and cheesy. And out of the trio, my favorite is definitely the Ketchup game. It brought smiles to the table and everyone had a good time playing it. It's a dice game. If you like rolling dice, you're going to love this game. Also, if you love ketchup, why not? Don't get me wrong, this is a great gag gift, and this might not be in your top 10 list for the end of the year or your top 100, but it's still fun and it looks cute as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like ketchup, mac and cheese, and JELL-O? Do you combine them? Maybe don't let us know that in the comments below. But until next time, my name is Ivan Hahn. Check out my channel over at The Snack Guy. Links will be below. And until next time, this has been Roll for Crit. I have no idea what the game is, but I'm extremely excited to see what it is. I still have no idea what it is.
We would love it if you liked and subscribed to this channel and supported us on Patreon as well.
If you choose to support us, turn to page 25.